the person who's going to be casting next. The Irish Ginger Ninja himself is here. Hello, Imperium.
Yeah, I don't think they should ban the Idris first pick because you have the option of it. And then if it means Anka is banned, then you kind of get the option to pick it up. But they do go for the Idris ban first pick. Straight away MLG, unless they're being really spicy, but they're being really cheeky / really confident, they should definitely ban the Anka. They do, playing a safe, nice choice. Then what THC Balkan THC can do at this stage is they can take away the Lorelei, or they can take away the Silvernail. The reason why I say taking away the Silvernail is because if you take away the Silvernail and you pick up Yates' first hero, presuming they ban away Finn on the side of MLG, you get a strong pick because Silvernail very much counters Yates. And if you take away the Silvernail, you allow Yates to really hit his power spikes.
It does look like they are going for the strategy you suggest. The one thorn in their side could potentially be the fact that Chonewalker and Finn are still open. I like that Arden ban coming out from MLG.
Yeah.
Because then it means you get Finn open to counter the Yates. And if you're THC here, you're actually put in a very difficult situation. They pick up the Lorelei. So that means Finn, Chonewalker, and Yates, three of the strongest roam heroes in the game, are all open to MLG. So they go with the Chonewalker. Interesting. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I do like the Churnwalker because Churnwalker is so strong right now. He's so meta. He's able to really ramp up by chaining up the enemy team. Yes, the team fights require quite an elongated setup, more than usual, but he provides a lot of sustain, a lot of ability to hook the enemy team in various members. Plus that ultimate can be death-defying in stunning up 3 or 4 members, even with 5 team coming out from Balkan THC. So they're gonna have to be careful with that. One thing I do like though, Pirate King, is that Vox. Most likely gonna be a CP mid lane Vox. Will be a lot when it comes to the mid lane game against the likes of the Churnwalker. Nice pick coming out, but then we do see it being followed by Reza and Inara. Disgusting combo.
Yeah, Reza and Inara, they engaged, which they had. We saw that in the last game coming out from MLG. And then THC rounding out their composition with the Batiste. I love this lock-in. Great hero to counter the Reza. The Ordained, in particular, is a really good ability against him. And then a Gwen to finish it off. Gwen herself counters Churnwalker. By using her bead, Skedaddle, she can actually remove one of Churnwalker's chains.
Oh man, that comp coming out from MLG is kind of I'm not gonna say it's sweaty, but it's very kind of aggressive. You've got Meline, super powerful early game. You've got Reza, that's very powerful early game. You've got Churnwalker, that's very much able to hold his own early game. You've then got Kinetic mid to late game, and you've got Inara mid to late game. Plus, with that dive potential, when MLG pull it off with Reza, Inara, Meline, and the Kinetic, that's gonna really do a lot of chunk damage. I would say though that the Churnwalker, in my opinion, doesn't actually work the absolute best with the rest of their comp, but considering the synergy they have as a 5-man team and as a guild, I think it will pay off in this situation.
So I presume you are tipping MLG to win this game then?
Just a little bit, yeah. Nothing against Balkan THC, because they've got a great comp themselves. I just don't think. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and time will tell, but I just don't think they're going to be able to pull it off their comp as effectively. Now, one thing we saw in the EU Champions Cup was the Lorelei and Batiste combo. And you have the fish root into the Ordained, or the Ordained into the fish root. That can really focus down one hero and shut them down. But when you look over to the side of MLG, they really haven't got an immobile hero, Pirate King. So it makes it harder to get that job done.
Yeah, it definitely does make it harder to get that job done, which is why I definitely think that you should put the Ordained in first on that combo. If you can secure the Ordained, the fish shoot becomes 10 times easier to land. we do see some interesting early rotations here. Batiste having a little bit of a skirmish with Idris out in the back camps, and he's going to be looking to pick these up. Vox has rotated over, and Batiste has managed to force the Reza. Sorry, I don't know why I said Idris to begin with. Managed to force the Reza away while the Lorelei can test their CP buff. She's not going to be able to pick that up as now. The Batiste has been taken rather low, but Churnwalker is here, and Churnwalker is an absolute beast in early engagements. If he can get the chains off, he can get down a lot of damage, and he does have 2 chains off right now, but the CP buff is still going to go over to the side of THC.
Yeah, I like the start coming out from THC. They're ahead on gold. It might only be by about 500, but it's better than a kick in the face, Pyro King, unless you're into that kind of thing. Lone Wolf is going to be able to play a great top laner with that Yates, and it's going to take a lot for Flourishow and Pack Eyes to really get the better of Lone Wolf up in that top lane. So let's see how that does pay off for them. But early game looking pretty good.
Yeah, and what's looking really, really good is the fact that Yates has picked up a killer, nearly managed to pick up one on Inara as well. That was some superb play coming out there in the top lane, and Lone Wolf is definitely, he's one of those players you picked out before the game, and as I was discussing with Highland before you came along, we feel that if Florishow can get put behind early, he's going to really struggle, because when he gets on his stride, he's a great player, but if he's put behind, he can sometimes struggle a little in the game.
And part of the reason that is Pyro King is because as a player, he's very aggressive. And when you're behind in a game, the last thing you really want to be is aggressive. You actually want to be passive. You want to get back into your game, and then you can be aggressive. But if you're behind and you're going in time and time again, all you're doing is essentially feeding the enemy team. Florishow is an amazing player, but he needs to be just a little bit calmer, a little bit more calculated with his aggression.
Yeah, and I think that if this Yates manages to keep this up in this top lane matchup, I don't think the Yates will be able to keep it up all game. It's definitely going to be a struggle, as we do see Batista's gone rather deep, and that's going to be a kill picked up for Nessa. This is a great start as Yates picks up another kill onto Kinetic. Florishow overextending once again, and what a brilliant early game this is coming out from THC.
Man, nothing better than going deep. Sometimes going deep is the best way to go, Pyro King, if you catch my drift. And this is Balkan THC going quite nicely into this game. Really, Lorelei is providing a lot of support, a lot of CC, and putting ex-Callisto on this early game Meline. And Meline is meant to be early game, but, you know, MLG are being pushed out of it in the mid lane area of this early game, Pyro King.
Yeah, they really are, and that's due to great work not only from Sapien on this Volkers, but also amazing work from another player you picked out before the game, Le Pacifisto. And again, if we look up to the top lane, Florishow is having such a damn hard time. Every time he gets back into the lane, it's a hook from Lone Wolf, and it's half his health gone. This is not a situation you want to be in. In a lane you're supposed to be dominating. That's not good, as another hook comes in and Flask is forced to be used. Great work from Lone Wolf.
And you know why that is? And this is what I love. I love this kind of playing the 3.8 meta the way it should be in top lane. Going weapon power. Yates is just so much better now. He's getting a little bit too deep for his own liking and is about to lose his life. My trade? No.
He almost trades, and if he had done there, that would have been incredibly impressive. It does look like Florishow and Pack Eyes on the Inara are going to go for a little bit of trade damage, but we could see Vox and Lorelei rotating up there to try and save the turret. They're getting a decent amount of damage on the turret, but they may actually be able to take it down, but Vox has arrived. They will spot him arriving through that cam, and he does have the resonance necessary to clear out those minions. So the turret is not going to go over. And that leaves both turrets at relatively similar levels of health, but as we see, it's basically a 2k gold lead for THC due to those early kills.
I was just going to say 2k gold lead, they're looking pretty healthy, and plus, like I said, I do think their comp is more late game based. Let's see what comes out in terms of when you look at the comparison between Batiste, how he's going to play into this game, because in the games that I've seen him recently, he's been weapon power, but I've also seen him be very effective as a CP hero. Turret is destroyed in the bottom lane of this map. Migueli map put under a lot of pressure by Nessa and Zenora on this Gwen, playing a very good Gwen, looking to get up that power spike with the Sour Blade first item. Pyro King. This is where Balkan THC now need to rotate up into the mid lane and cause a lot of pressure, even more pressure onto this mid lane of Excliso and Lore to really cause MLG more and more hassle.
Instead, it looks like they're going to go for the other option. They have started up this Ghostwing. Batiste is a very good hero at taking this. Due to his inherent lifesteal, he can pretty much take it on his own. He is good. Be helped out by the Vox, and Miguel is looking to distract. Callisto's lurking, but she's not ready to make the engagement yet, as the Ghostwing is only round half HP. Now Callisto comes in. That's a decent bit of damage, but that's a great fearsome shade to keep them away. And they're still focusing the Ghostwing. They're really concerned with getting this as Inara dives in. Now Yates coming in from the backline, but they managed to take away the Ghostwing. That was a great engage by the Yates as Inara shops mid-fight, but the Gwen has picked up a double kill, and now she's looking for a third onto the Reza. Not going to quite be able to find it, but now Vox is chasing on, looking for the kill, but the Reza is so slippery as always, just going to get away. The Ghostwing goes over, but the kills go to THC.
Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic play coming out from there. This could be MLG undone in this KOTH event as another kill goes over to Balkan. Pyro King, this is their goal lead increase to about 4k. When you look at the itemization, they're hitting they are hitting power spikes all over the place, more than MLG can handle, because you have Nessa on this Batiste with the Spellfire already in under 7.5 minutes. The Vox has alternating current and a chunk of crystal bits in his itinerary ready to unleash the damage. Then when you have Yates, he's got Serpent's Mask. Now, if he follows that Serpent's Mask up with some kind of chunky defense, he will be able to be such an effective hero in this matchup, in this game. And we've already talked about it, but Zenora has that Sour Blade looking to build into most likely tension bow as Paco's being put under pressure.
Yeah, Pacos is being put under pressure, and the Batiste and the Gwen are also going on a little bit of their own roaming. Florisho trying to put the Yates under pressure, and there's just little skirmishes firing off all over the map at the moment. This 4k gold lead, which THC have picked up for themselves, is very impressive, and as you said, it's led to a lot of very influential item spikes. Talking of the Batiste, every game we've seen so far today has been played CP. That just seems to be the flavor of the king of the hill is CP Batiste.
Yeah, and CP Batiste, especially with that Spellfire, it's an AoE. You know, you got to think that the bad mojo is actually an AoE damage. So if you get that Spellfire onto multiple heroes, look at what Ness are doing. Zenor, this is all happening, Pyro King.
It's all happening as the Yates dives in, and that's going to be a great ordained landing onto the Rez. He's going to look for that kill, and he is going to be able to find it. Churnwalker going incredibly low, and has surely got to go down here. Great kill picked up there by Sapien. And Florisho, he's just on his own up in this top lane. He's contributed nothing to his team so far, apart from those 2 deaths to the early game, to the Yates. And he's trying to push down onto a turret now. But with such a large gold lead now comfortably at 5k being picked up, the Batiste is going to port back to try and stop him, but I think Florisho will probably get the turret before he gets there. The question is, will he be able to get out with his life? Because he's being flanked in from both sides, as now the Yates manages to find the stun. That's a great stun being picked up by Yates. Now Ordained has landed, and surely Florisho is going to go down here. He uses the boots as an attempt to get away, but now he's been collapsed on by 4 people, and he gets absolutely annihilated. The Batiste is impressive, and he certainly is on this Crystal Power Batiste, putting in some absolutely brilliant work so far. So if we, and I mean, that gives them a 4k gold lead, which is still relatively impressive, as we do see them picking up the CP buffs. The objective which they took last time to try and bait a fight was that Ghostwing. That Ghostwing has now respawned. But Yates is on his own a little bit. No, he's not. He's got the Batiste with him. And the Batiste is going to be looking to put in some good work. That's a fearsome shade coming out. Only manages to hit onto the Inara, though. And now they're in a 2 versus 3 situation. Good stun coming out from the Churnwalker. And that's going to be a double kill picked up for Florisho on this kinetic. THC are overextending. Vox now also caught out. And this is not the good situation to be putting in, but he's a CP Vox. You grouped up, you're going to get taken down. Now Churnwalker's taking a lot of damage. Surely he's going to go down too. Lolly does manage to pick up the weapon buff, but I don't think it's going to matter, as that's now a double kill for the CP Vox. Florisho is here on this kinetic, but I don't think he really wants to go for this engage. He is tempting at it, trying to put down a little harass, stopping them getting the gold oak. But now Lorelei's just going to force him out of there. The gold oak's going to go over, and Yates is jumping in. Lorelei's going to go down, but Florisho's also going to be traded out, and that's another favorable trade coming through for THC. 13 kills now, and this game is a bloodbath. Constant fighting, Imperium.
Yeah, Pyro King, it's looking pretty solid for back in THC in the 11.5-minute mark of this game. 5.5, nearly 6k gold ahead. Itemizations is all in their favor. It's in their blood. Looking at the CS difference, the Vox is over 30 CS ahead of Excalisto. Meline has been starving for an early game hero. That's ridiculous.
That's really not good, and as we all know, CP Vox is one of the best heroes in the late game. You see here, he's pushing down this mid lane, and it's going to be a turret going over. Looks like he's going to go a little low, but now he's actually going to focus onto Excalisto. Takes out the silence, but not going to go in for the kill, as the entirety of MLG are rotating in on him. That's going to be an easy kill they pick up, but they've lost the first mid lane turret, and that's never a great thing to lose. But they have 2 dragons open, and they're going to start up the Black Claw straight away. Yates is there though, no ultimate. That's down for 50 seconds, but it's going to be a great pull in, trying to find the kill onto Excalisto, but it's not going to be good enough. He does get stunned up and taken down. Great turn on him there by Florisho. Good fearsome shade coming out, and that's a lot of damage onto this Inara. This Batiste is an absolute monster, and Gwen's not too bad either. That's a lot of damage onto Florisho. Everyone on the side of MLG is so low, but none of them are going down. They're juggling this aggro perfectly, but they've stopped them taking the Black Claw, and that was the ultimate objective of that engagement.
Yeah, I thought that was risky to begin with, but it hasn't stopped them completely. They could technically still try to go for it, but I think that would be the wisest choice for MLGs, just to kind of back off now, kind of reevaluate themselves back on TFC. That was good. It was well worth the deaths coming over their team. Really, Nessa doing a great job with that Batiste, having a clockwork in his kit. And then you look at Lone Wolf, has a Serpent's Mark Sora Blade with an infusion in his pocket. That infusion is going to do a lot of damage if he's given a chance. And then Florisho had 3 damage items with that Serpent's Mask, Breaking Point, Bone, Saw, and this is the engagement that Falcon are looking for, Pyro King.
They're looking for the engagement because Florisho isn't there. That's a great Ordain coming out from the Batiste. And there's another perfect fearsome shade. Churnwalker, he's trying to get those chains attached, but now he's got hooked in by the Yates. He's going to be chunked very low, and he's going to go down. Inara also taken incredibly low off the backside of that fight. The top lane is pushing in favor of MLG, so they are going to look to try and tie up the side of Bulk and THC here before they can start going through objectives. But I don't think they're going to be able to contest this Ghost Wing, barring something completely miraculous. Instead, they're focusing on the mid lane. They're going to take down a turret there, and this is great objective splitting from MLG. They're focusing themselves over different parts of the map to limit the damage done to them.
Yeah, definitely really wise choice coming out from them. They're not getting into too many teamfight engagements, but they got to be careful because they are split up. Pyro King, Florisho, and Excalisto looking to actually go back on the engage.
Yeah, they're going back on the engage because of that minion wave pushing up in the top lane. Vox and Yates have had to go off and clear that. Yates could ultimate in here, and it looks like he might need to. Lorelei's been hooked in, and Batiste is going very low. That's a good fearsome shade coming out. It was blocked on some people, but not on others. And now that's Yates coming in. He's coming in straight on the back line. He's looking for the damage, but now he's just going to be focused down. He doesn't manage to find the stun he wanted, and that's just going to be him dying. They do manage to find the kill onto the Red Device from Vox Resonance, but Batiste is low, and it's going to be risky going for an engage when Batiste is so low, but it doesn't matter when Vox is so good. Batiste goes down, but Vox is just shredding them at the moment. They need to stay apart from each other. But now they're getting back on the other side, and they're taking a lot of kills.
Oh, Florisho coming in so clutch for his team. They are standing their ground. They're bearing down onto this mid lane turn. This is MLG getting back into this game so effectively. You wouldn't think so, considering they are still about 5 K go behind. But we are getting into a stage of the game where goal difference isn't as important. It comes down to how you rotate as a 5-man team. It comes down to how well you stick together. Balkan are far from down and out of. They've held so long onto this game in the first 10 to 15 minutes. They just got to keep it going, Pirate.
They've just got to keep it going. But this is the resilience from MLG. This is why they've won 2 games already, and they have looked to be the pick of the tournament for going all the way and winning every single game in this King of the Hill event. That is going to be Inara picking up that CP buff, preventing it from going on over to the Vox. But now the major objective up is that Blacklaw. Ghosting's been taken and the buffs run out. The gold lead's now down to 4k because of these team fights being a lot closer. But Batiste looks like he's going to be caught out. That's a good stun coming out from the Gwen, though, to save him. The hook is blocked away, and now that's Vox here. Vox can do this damage when they're all grouped up together. Chonewalker's being focused down, but the root, it's the EU Treant stopping the Yates from picking up that kill. They're still focusing down this Chonewalker. They're confirmed this kill, and that is so critical. That's a lot of the front line there gone for MLG. Now the Ordain's out, they're going to be able to find the stun there, and that's another kill onto the Inara. Surely you've got to turn back and go for the Blacklaw now.
Oh, yeah, that's totally right. But this is what I was talking about while we were loading into the game, Pirate King. Why Churn Walker isn't really the best support for the comp that MLG went for. Because, yes, he's able to hold on to that front line, but when they have a comp that wants to engage hard, which should be the case, but Churn Walker needs to really, he needs time to build up. He needs time to really get the hook and chains onto the enemy team. And when he's not given that chance, he becomes far less tanky. And that's what is going against MLG right now. Never mind the fact that realistically they had a much stronger early game. They've unleashed Blacklaw. They got the items. They've got the infusions. They're ready to possibly take this game to the limits.
They're ready to take this game to the limits, and Yates is certainly ready. He pushed up that top lane, and then he dived in there with the ultimate. Vox a little out of position. He is a little far forward. Miguel's dived in, but he's going to lip straight back over the wall. He doesn't really want to take that engagement at the moment, especially given there's 5 people there. And the whole side of MLG, they're going back to the fountain because they've already been chipped so low. The side of Balkan THC, they're onto the armory now, and this Blacklaw's doing work. Florisho's out here, and he's looking to get some engaged. Miguel is forcing them away. They're now going to leave Blacklaw to it. I don't think Blacklaw's going to be able to get this armory. He's going to be close, but he's not going to be able to get it out in the end.
Ghostwing, Balkan THC doing a wise choice, making the wise decision. Go for Ghostwing, because as soon as they go for Ghostwing as a 5-man team, they can then rotate down to the bottom lane, keep that wave alive so the turret isn't going to go down. Now, they could do one of two things. They can either do that or they could actually go hard on the engage. Notice that Reza is in the top lane and push hard for an engagement, but no, they're playing it safe, they're taking it easy, they've unleashed Ghostwing. What they are doing, Pirate King, is they are just really keeping on to the momentum they have. They're not letting up, they're not refreshing too much. You even see they're still going for the enemy jungle of MLG because they have the confidence, they have the map awareness, and they overall have the map control. But now, with the mid wave being pushed a little bit more, both teams are looking to get together. Let's see what can happen.
Let's see what can happen, and MLG are really looking hard for this engagement. There's some great stuns they're finding. They're really trying to focus down the CP Fox before the team fight starts in full, but they haven't managed to do it. The CP Fox is still alive. He's on full HP, and that's going to be Inara going down first. MLG not looking to come out on the right side of it. Chonewalker's actually found some chains, but he's going to be focused down. Good stun in the end. It's not going to be enough to keep him out alive, but it might be enough to keep his allies alive. Yates coming in, though. He wants to chase this. He's going to find the hook onto the kinetic, and that's absolutely critical. That's going to be a nice, easy kill. Yates has gone low, but the fountain's going to keep him alive. The Reza also going low, but not going to be taken down in the end. But the thing is, this is 5 very, very healthy members of Balkan THC now alive with a Ghostwing buff, and it's only an armory and the Vein Crystal standing between them and victory and taking down MLG, and only Reza and Lorelei there to not Lorelei, Malene there to stop them, and Malene is soon not long for this world, and she absolutely gets annihilated. Reza goes down too. This is 5 people focusing the Vein Crystal. Surely this is the end of it for MLG. Pack Eyes can do absolutely nothing, and that's it. Balkan THC with the victory over MLG.
Oh, I love a little bit of an upset. Well done to Balkan THC. Typical example of how far forward Balkan THC were in that game, even at the 20-minute mark. In that last team fight, that MLG initiated, that MLG really kind of pushed onto. When it came to the 3/4 point of that mark, when they've taken down 2 members of MLG, Balkan still had not used Fountain. That's how far forward they were. When the support doesn't have to use Fountain for 3/4 of that team fight, you know you've got the advantage. You know you've got the lead. And that was Balkan THC shutting MLG down like nobody's business.
Yeah, like absolutely nobody's business. That was brilliant stuff coming out from THC, Balkan THC. That was a great, great game. So MLG, their run is going to stop at 2 games, and now it's Balkan THC, son. Let's see how far they can go in this King of the Hill event. They've only got 2 more games left to play to reach the end of it. Their next game, they'll be going up against Imperative.